with their big three healthy? What kind of challenges do they present from the jump?
Oh, I mean, it's it's obvious. You know, when you have three-level scorers on the floor at the same time, it creates so many disadvantages for your defense and always have you on your toes. So they're going to be a really good team once they continue to mesh. But those three guys are obviously exceptional.
For you, 24 minutes played, obviously didn't play there in the fourth, but you'd have to go all the way back to 2018 when you last scored just 10 points. How are you feeling physically right now?
I feel okay.
What do you think it'll take for this team on a night-to-night basis to be defensively impactful? That you guys beat the Clippers, played with great defensive intensity, and then Toronto scores 130. Sorry, tonight happens. What do you think it is? Is there a night-to-night good defense in this room, do you believe?
I mean, we understand in order for us to win, we have to defend at a high level. So, every team, creates different challenges, different disadvantages or advantages or whatever the case may be. We prepare for it and we try to execute that. Obviously this has been the fourth time Phoenix have seen the way we've defended them throughout the first four games, and even if you include the preseason game, in Palm Springs. So I thought they were, very aware of what we wanted to do, plus, having their big three helped as well.
LeBron, Vanderbilt obviously entering the season with the injury and taking a while to ramp up. Looks like he's starting to get closer physically to kind of like where he was last season. Just wondered what you've seen, and now, depending on what Cam's issue is with the knee, how you feel like he could fit with a group like that, and what you guys did last year defensively.
Well, we know what we have in Vando, and as he continues, like you said, gets healthy, we know what we get out of him. I don't like what you said about the last part now with Cam and his knee, so it just goes back to what we've been dealing with all year as far as us just not being healthy. So, but health is the most important, and we, obviously need Cam to worry about that before he gets back on the floor. But Vando we know what we get out of Vando, especially when he's back in rhythm and back feeling better.
Utah's beaten three of the better teams in the league consecutively in Denver, Milwaukee, and Philly. Doesn't get any easier for you guys. Like, what can you guys do if it's like a short list of what we got to focus on Saturday to get back to that winning column?
We got to defend. We got to get back in transition. They've historically had one of the best home court advantages. When you go up there, altitude plays a little part in it, so we got to get into the flow of the game early, catch our second win as quick as possible, and then and make them defend. But very good team. They've been playing very well lately.
Brian, you said you were physically you were okay. Brian, you said physically you're feeling okay, but what about just sort of spiritually, mentally with a game like this, where you are in the season?
I don't know. It's just another game. They played exceptionally well. We didn't. And we have another one on Saturday.
Thank you.
Obviously, got out of hand a little early behind the three-point line. Is that just the scheme of leaving guys open, or do you guys need to have more effort to close out?
No, we're confident in our matchups. It wasn't the scheme of leaving anyone open. We turned the ball over. We had nine turnovers for their 17 points in the first half. I had to go back and look, but a bunch of them were live ball turnovers. And they made shots. This is a team that with a three-headed monster of guys is accustomed to making shots with a hand in their face. That's what they do. That's what they've done, those three individuals, their entire career. And so, they made shots. I thought we were there at different times, forced them into some tough situations where they capitalized. But again, story of the game early, especially that set the tone for them and, really hampered us was the turnovers. You just can't turn the ball over. You play great defense. You got to give yourself a chance to go back and attack the opposing team. And when you turn the ball over, especially live ball turnovers, and they're able to get runouts, open threes, open looks, get their confidence going, it can make it difficult. But no, never, ever do we scheme to give up open shots.
Darvin, from a individual defensive effort standpoint, do you feel like you're getting enough from everybody on a consistent basis?
I mean, it's tough, man. We got some guys dealing with some ailments. We got some guys under some minute restrictions. Obviously, C. Wood was dealing with a migraine headache, something, he has a history of. it was just a tough night, one of those nights, and we started out extremely flat. Seemed to be running in mud there, a little loose with the ball. You know, I just mentioned the turnovers. It was tough night. You know, felt like we were trying to make the right play. We stepped short, second too late. It's just one of those nights, man. It's a tough night. You know, Cam tried to push through. He's dealing with some issues with his left knee. He's getting looked at right now as we speak. So we had to pull him early. And again, not having to see Wood, obviously Rui being out, it's just tough. You know, it's just we have to push through, stay together and push through. No one's going to feel sorry for us. It's like just got to man up and hopefully get as healthy as we can and get on that plane tomorrow with the focus to go get a game in Utah.
After the Clipper win, so much of that was about defensive intensity.
Yes.
And do you think that with the way this team is, that can be a night, like, I mean, in the 2 games since, right, Toronto scores 130-plus points, Phoenix tonight gets going. Like, is it disappointing that, I mean, after you guys get sort of like that kind of win against Clippers, that there hasn't been carryover? And does that concern you at all about the ability of this team to play like it did against the Clippers on a night-to-night basis in the regular season?
As I mentioned, there's different circumstances that play into that inconsistency. You know, we just have to figure it out. I don't want to sit up here and try to make excuses, but yeah, you want to feel like you can go out there every single night and give yourself a chance with the way you defend and the way you guard. You know, guys in this league, you know, their skill level, you know, it's very few nights off. Their skill levels through the roof, and then, you know, to see something similar to the Clippers tonight, whereas they're not as methodical. They play with a lot more speed when you talk about KD, Book, and Brad. And so one thing you have to do is give yourself every chance to be able to stop them. And when you're turning the ball over, that's just going to stop anyone when you're giving away possessions like that.
Jarvin, you mentioned the Cam injury. Went to Jared Vanderbilt. Seems like he's getting back to himself physically. What have you seen from him recently, and kind of in context with him starting last year and then starting the season injured and coming back? Where do you think he's at right now?
I mean, I just think you're starting to see that burst again. You know, him chasing down some 50-50 balls, him getting some offensive rebounds, just his activity has increased with each and every game. He knows where to be. He can make a play with the ball in his hands for a teammate, but just that burst of speed, that athleticism, that versatility, you're starting to see that quick